Hello? There we go. Sorry. Happy New Year, everyone. How are we all doing? Boston Tarn, Aussie. Good to see you all here nice and early. Got a big game ahead of us. Bit of a top of the table clash here. Wanderers and Macarthur. Got the lineups here for you guys to check them out. We got Antonsen, Brook, Milanovic, Badalato, Priestman, Hendricks, Clisby, Bonatig, Marcelo, Simmons, and Gibson starting in already for Thomas, who's headed over to the Asian Cup. So, and Ninkovic on the bench for the first time this season for the Wanderers. And we'll chuck over to Macarthur. Bit of a rotated squad from Macarthur as well. No Matt Miller, the god Nicolau, Kurto, Uskov, Yerman, Vegeta. No, not Vegeta. Vujit. I'm gonna have an absolute stinker with that one. Bacchus, Lewis, Devere, Holman, Raphael, and Germain. Yeah, a bit of a Western Sydney derby here. Obviously, it hasn't gained as much attraction as the Sydney derby, but there's a bit of attraction here at the moment for the Western Sydney derby, if you'd like to call it, and hopefully there's a bit of a bumper crowd here today for the two teams. Just double check my Paramount stream is working. So how did we spend the New Year's, guys? Did we get up to much, or just a bit of a quiet night in? Oh, you went to Sydney Wellington. How was that? That would have been a pretty good game to go watch, actually. I had a bit of a quiet New Year's myself last night. I was in bed by 9. I was absolutely zonked. I was nowhere near seeing the New Year in. Let's see if I can share the link on my Instagram. Oh, you're a Sydney FC fan? Don't worry. My own father is a Sydney FC fan. Who will win today? I believe I've gone for a 2-0 Wanderers win in my predictions. But look, it's going to be a great game. It really could go either way. That's a family's place at the moment. Have to take a trip back home later. Hopefully, it's not a big trip for you, Aussie. I know you're up north a bit, so hopefully it's not a big trip like you do if you come down for a Raw game. Went to the fireworks. Yeah, that's actually probably one of my kind of, you'd almost call it a bucket list moment. I want to go to a Sydney fireworks and obviously have a pretty good view of it. But yeah, no, I've never been to Sydney for the fireworks, so that's definitely one thing. Obviously, the last 2 times these teams have faced off, Wanderers have got the win in I think it was 4-0 both times. So I hope Macarthur would be hoping for a bit of a closer game this time out. Just see if I can. Is this going to work for me? It is. Yeah, no, they had a bit of a smash and grab against Sydney a couple of weeks ago, didn't they, Macarthur? Especially that late goal on from Jaman. And that was obviously the game that Redmayne got sent off as well, so there bit of hard feelings between the two squads at the moment, I'd imagine. we go. Put the story out. But yeah, well, bit of a obviously most of you guys, I know most of you guys as well from Coast Watch stream. So I'm gonna do a bit of a Coast Watch, and I will have a halftime griddle as well. I had to stop myself today. I'll admit I've had a few looks at the griddle, but I haven't started it because I'm just used to going on and having a few cracks at it early on in the day. But um, I haven't touched it yet. I promise. Yeah, despite you guys. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I was actually interested to see Piraeus drop for this game. Maybe it's a bit of resting, but Lockie Brook comes back into the side, obviously. We'll get that back up. Lockie Brook comes into the side, and Battalato comes into the squad, which is interesting because if I was to see someone come in for, say, a Piraeus or Brook or Yule, I'd imagine it'd be Marcus Eunice. But yeah, no, Battalato gets the nod ahead of those two or three, would you say? It's my first stream of you. Look, I'm looking to do a lot more watch alongs this year, so hopefully all things go to plan. You'll see a bit more streams from me so far, so thanks for that. And I'm the background's very bare at the moment. I normally like to pride myself on having a pretty good backdrop, but I'm in the middle of moving houses, so it's a bit bare bones at the moment, and wasn't sure how the internet would go. So hopefully at the moment it looks like everything is all good. So Newey, how are you going? How was your new year, mate? Have a look at that Macarthur lineup again. Jed Drew looks to Tan, yeah, obviously. Thank you for joining, everyone. Hopefully you enjoy the stream. Hopefully I can provide a bit of entertainment to an A-League game that look, it could be a very interesting A-League game at the moment. Yeah, no, Newey, my New Year's was a bit quiet. I was asleep by 9:30, so felt like an old man. Will you do Asia Cup con? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to try to do most Australia games. There will be a video coming out soon where I will go through and I'll do one every match day. I'm gonna do a predicts video every match day and go through and predict every game of the Asian Cup. So I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully a few TikToks as well. Actually, one sec. Picked up this bad boy yesterday. Finally got my hands on one of the new A-League goals. So A-League balls, sorry. So hopefully I can start creating a bit of real life football content, but only having one ACL may hinder that a bit. Going to make the trip back home now and try and beat some bad weather. Oh, okay, so it's not a bad trip for your Aussie. Safe travels, of course. Obviously, up in Queensland here, it's been awful weather. It's hot one day, and the next day it's absolutely bucketing down. Like the other day, I went out for lunch, and I reckon lightning struck probably a few hundred meters from where we're at, and that almighty crack from that lightning was insane. Both teams out on the field now. Wanderers obviously in their famous red and black strip, and Macarthur in their white strip, I believe. Only have 10 play. Look, half the games Actually, you being a Sydney fan, Boston, it might be best. It seems like most of the 10 play games at the moment have been Sydney FC games, and obviously on 10 play you get to watch all of the A League women's games as well. So there's still a fair bit of football for you to catch up on. Sydney is similar, like warm and wet, a slight bit. Yeah, it's very interesting summer here in Australia. We get those lineups away from us. There we go. Unfortunately for you guys, you can see my big head now. It's plastered across whatever screens you're watching on. Going to Sydney Girls on Wednesday. Do they play a Wednesday game? Oh, I guess they've got to catch up from going and playing like the mini Asian tournament they would have done earlier. Oh well, later last year. Obviously, it's not this year anymore. It's last year. UC Davila. Hopefully for Macarthur's sake, hopefully he can provide a bit of that spark at Leichhardt Oval in Canberra. So, with you being in Sydney, Boston, hang on. Ooh, sorry. With you being in Sydney, Boston, I assume you're going to Unite round, correct? Is there a story how you became a Wanderers fan? Um, Look, there's not much of a story. I was a Gold Coast United fan, and obviously they folded because they were my closest club, and then look, they folded. Wanderers were coming into the comp, and I just kind of picked it up. And seeing the RBB especially kind of sold me as first kind of sense of active support in the country I had seen up until that point, and yeah, followed them ever since. Score predictions, I believe I went with a 2-0. I'm not 100% sure. I really should start writing it down somewhere so I don't have to go back through the video and check it when I do the next week's predictions. Jack Gibson obviously getting the nod ahead now with Lawrence Thomas off to the Asian Cup, and we are away. Not in Campbelltown, in Combank Stadium. Not sure yet. Look, I'd love to go down to. I'd absolutely love to go down to Unite round, but I'd already booked my trip for the Sydney Derby in the start of March, so I financially couldn't afford it. But I would absolutely love to go. Maybe next year if they do another one. Oscar Priestman with the ball high up early. Lockie Brook looks to be playing off the right, I believe. Yeah, off the right. Gets into the action early. What was your score prediction for this one, Newey? We've got Boston in here with a 2-1 win for Western Sydney. Anyone else got any score predictions? Drop them in the chat. I'd love to hear from you guys. Obviously, the stream might be a bit delayed for some of you, so try to not spoil it as much as you can. But obviously, talk about the game if you're watching it, and if you're not, hopefully my reactions do you justice. I've actually been really impressed with Aiden Simmons since he's come back from injury. I've always rated him as a player, like especially since he came into the squad last year, but he's looked really good for me in that right back role. Bit more solidly defensively solid compared to say your Tate Russell, but he offers just as much going forward. Maybe not that goal scoring prowess that Russell offers, but his balls into the box are Yeah, absolutely. I'd hope I went for a Western Sydney win. I could probably get that up real quick and tell you exactly what I went for. Where are we? Where's my folder? I went for a 2-0, 2-0 Western Sydney win, so I was right. Macarthur are pressing Western Sydney pretty well here. But once again, Aiden Simmons is able to play his way out. Josh coming in with the 3-2 Macarthur win. High scoring game. I'd be more than interested for a high scoring game. Antonson's put the ball in the back of the net for the Wanderers. Milanovic has crossed it in and Antonson's put it in the back of the net. There could be a hint of offside here. But there we go. Wanderers with an early goal 3 minutes in. Let's have a look at this. Hendricks plays it. Oh, he's on. They've played that high line of Macarthur out. They've played it out really well. Hendricks over the top to Milanovic, who crosses it in for Antonson. And there we go. Early goal here for the Wanderers. Josh might be right. We might be in for a high-scoring game. Oh, you checked. Thank you, Boston. There we go. Marcus Antonson with his 5th goal of the year already. Bit of a slow start from Antonson, but he's really come into it. Obviously, the 2 goals against Victory. Who'd the Wanderers? Adelaide, he didn't score that week. RBB is going crazy. I had my first RBB experience this year when they came up to Brisbane, and look, they're crazy. They absolutely love it. They sing the whole 90 minutes no matter what's happening. I remember Brisbane scored and most of them just turned around and said, "What are you stopping singing for? Just keep going." It was incredible to see. Macarthur with a corner here. The RBB are loving it. They're really behind it. Yeah. Well, I just, obviously I was recording, so I didn't want to, get too much of the RBB. But, Matt Yerman's got a few words to say to Milanovic at the moment. Bit hot and feisty in this one. Definitely with that Western Sydney derby feel. Yeah, the Sydney FC have really good fans. Oh, the Cove's really good. Ball into the box, cleared by the Wanderers, but Davila's got it out on the wing here. Can he do anything with it? It's recycled by Macarthur. Yeah, look, I'm really excited to be at the Sydney Derby in March. I'm really looking forward to it. I've never been to a derby, so a bit of a speculative effort there. I think that was from Marcelo. Almost caught Curto off his line. Or was Hendricks, was it? Yeah, no. Look, you can tell even on. No, it was Marcelo. Okay. Eduardo from Brazil, who's the favorite for this big duel? I'd imagine it'd be the Wanderers. Let me know what you guys think. Are the Wanderers the favorite? I'd imagine the Wanderers would be the favorite. The Macarthur, it wouldn't be much in it. Tommy Bay 22 doesn't sing for Sydney. Yeah, okay. I did hear a bit of disgruntled Sydney FC fans after the Derby loss. Was it last month, the month before? That a lot of people had just gone in there for for the experience and not actually sung along with it. Which, look, it really takes away from the experience. I get it, and I get that some people do want to. I get that some people just want to experience it, like be in the middle of it. But if you're going to the active bay, for me, you have to participate in those active features. Macarthur started to gain a bit of control back into this game, taking their time on the ball a bit more, but the Wanderers are still pressing really high at the moment, which is a game style that's really becoming more present in the A-League at the moment. That high pressing action, which is great. It leads to more goals and makes ultimately the league more entertaining, which could very well grant new viewers. Foul by Macarthur there. But they've won the ball back pretty easily there. Jermaine's had to drop a very deep there to get his foot on the ball at all. But Raphael's running at Clisby and just puts the ball across the box to no one there, unfortunately, for Macarthur. So Wanderers still 1-0 up in this one. But Macarthur seemed to be grafting their way back into this game. Has Davila gone down, holding his head there? God, my room is absolutely cooking. Just a sec, I'm just going to open my door so I can get some aircon in. That's a bit better. Yeah, another thing is apparently after the recent derby, our boys were across the road from each other because police ended up ended up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I did see something on Twitter because obviously, unfortunately, sometimes in the media, that's the one thing they focus on with football is the hooliganism. I did see that, which is unfortunate. I'm not 100% sure if it was the Cove and the RBB. It probably was just the smaller sections of like the away support and the home support, but it's never good to see at a football game, unfortunately. Pretty sure New South Wales Police told the RBB weren't meant to march from Central, but they did anyway. Not Central. Yeah, I believe I saw something. I think the RBB put out a statement saying that New South Wales Police said they didn't have enough resources. It didn't look like it on the day. Ooh, we've just got Raphael gone down the box and looks like he's going to be carded for simulation here. Let's have a look at this one again. It was deflected. He's gone in. Oh, there's a touch there from Priestman, but there's nothing. There's definitely not worth a penalty and rightfully a yellow card in my opinion. But yeah, I believe they didn't technically march from Central. They just went to I think they just said they went to the park across the road or whatever like that. Milanovic crossed it. Another goal for Western Sydney. Aiden Simmons on the score sheet. two from Western Sydney in this game now. Aiden Simmons with the goal that probably his performances deserve over the last couple of weeks. So there we go. Western Sydney 2, Macarthur 0. Might be another 4-0 for Western Sydney against Macarthur. Might be 3 in a row. Milanovic gets played down the side here. Couple of step overs and it's just a lofted ball. It's not a cross. It's just kind of like a nice sand wedge across the box there. And Aiden Simmons just got up higher than everyone. Must admit, man, your RBB passion is very. Look, I believe that a lot. I believe the league. How do I put this? Without the active support, the league isn't nearly as good. Fan attendance wise, maybe even performance wise, but like we've seen, like you used to see at the start of the A League when the Western Sydney came in, you'd see the Parramatta games stacked out, you'd see the Sydney games packed out. There was a grand final at the MCG long ago, but when the fan bans started coming in, you saw that the league was affected by it. And for me to have active support in every club, not just Western Sydney, but for every club is important for the league. Obviously, yes, there needs to be restrictions because you can't just let them do whatever they want, but Macarthur in the box, gotten in their own way there. I think Jermaine was on the ground and they've just dribbled into each other. I'm from Sydney FC, but I respect all the clubs. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm a Wanderers fan, but I want to see all clubs thrive. Josh missed the second one. Milanovic was played down the wing, Josh, and then he's just kind of chipped it across to the other side of the box, and Aiden Simmons has got his head on it. He's not very tall, but he's jumped higher than everyone and headed it straight into the goal. Here's Milanovic again to Lockie Brook, who lines up. Ooh, it's not very far away from Lockie Brook. The bullpen will be destroyed today. No, we love the bullpen. If you guys don't know, I have a podcast with two of my mates, and we were mentioning last week about Lockie on the podcast was mentioning about the bullpen and maybe getting a few cowbells over here. So I don't have the audio playing at the moment, so can't hear if there's any cowbells in this game. But Macarthur's sake, I hope there is. Macarthur have got a free kick just inside the Western Sydney half here. Plus APL rules of stuff with this. Yeah. No, 100%. 100% with that one, Boston. They did themselves no favours with that. They've rectified it a bit with this Unite round, but ultimately they've still left a bitter taste in everyone's mouth. Macarthur got a throw here deep into Western Sydney territory. They put the ball in and it's just cleared there by Hendricks. So there is no cowbells at the game today that you can hear, Lockie and Josh? Or Boston, if Boston can hear it as well? Yeah, yeah. Look, that whole situation, it was. I understand the protests and the flares and all that, but Yeah, it just went a bit too far, unfortunately. Here's Priestman in the box for the Wanderers, trying to line up a shot. Gives it out to Hendricks. Oh, Lockie Brooks just, I think that's Lockie Brooks, just flashed at it and it's just gone a bit wide. Oh, true. Yeah, you did say that you didn't have Paramount. My bad. Boston. No cowbells. Ah, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Being a Sydney fan yourself, Boston, is there a player that you want to see Sydney sign, or maybe a player you want to see Sydney let go? And that goes to everyone in the chat. Is there a player that you would like your team to either sign, or a position you'd like your team to sign in this January transfer window? Macarthur here gaining a bit of possession back. But unfortunately for them, they're not really going anywhere. Probably not getting in good evil. Fair enough. Fair enough. They yeah, it's happened a few times. You got Ninkovic, you got Callum Neuenhoff, who's now moved on to Hearts. Milanovic tries to play the ball in there. And then recently, Zach Sassard scoring against Sydney in the derby. But here comes Jake Holman down the left for the Bulls. Can he find anything? He takes a shot. Oh my lord! Oh! Jake Holman has just scored an absolute screamer! Macarthur back in this with what a goal from Jake Holman. Let's have a, oh my lord. He's being played in here. Didn't have the legs to beat Simmons, so he goes inside. Nothing really going. He takes another touch and he's absolutely, Jack Gibson has no chance there. That's a contender for goal of the season. Wow. What a shot. There's nothing the Wanderers could have done except maybe close him down a bit earlier, but holy, what a shot from Jake Holman. Fourth goal of the season for Jake Holman. Josh says, what a hit. Probably Tilio because Celtic, Glasgow, I think, are loaning him out. Yeah, I don't think he's got many minutes this season, Tilio. Unfortunately, obviously he had that injury, but ever since coming back, hasn't really found many minutes under Brendan Rodgers. High scoring, 30 minutes in. Yeah, Josh, you could be onto one here. You could be onto a 3-2 here. But at the moment, if it was to be a 3-2, it looks like it's going to be a Wanderers 3-2 at the moment. It is absolutely started pelleting down up where I live. 21 minutes in and it's 2-1. This could be, I might have picked the greatest game to do a watch along with. He's either coming to the famous Sydney FC or Hearts. Both might be pretty good moves for him. Obviously Hearts didn't work out for Garang Kuol, but Melbourne Hearts. Oh, so maybe back to City. Okay. Do you think the club's not releasing players for the soccer? what do I think about the clubs not releasing players to play in Asia? I think that's very poor. I understand that they're in the middle of their European season and European players don't go away for this amount of time at this time of the year, but it's a chance to represent your country. Like if you're not going to represent your country at arguably one of the highest levels you can represent your country, it's poor. Obviously, Valpardo's had a lot of problems with that at Sassuolo, not being able to play for the Socceroos because they might think it might damage his club career. I think that's poor. In my opinion, that's poor. Clayton Lewis with free kick just outside the box here for Macarthur. Probably say about 25 yards out. I don't know. Looks like he's going to take a shot here. He is, and it's over. Tan, you're a Western Sydney fan as well, aren't you? Here comes Battleato. Just dribbles it into the Macarthur players, but they've cleared it just to the feet of Milanovic. Aiden Simmons, Lockie Brook. Trying to make something here, Lockie Brook. Plays it back to Priestman. It's found its way back out to Simmons, who has given it back to Macarthur. Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, Melbourne Victory do own Melbourne since they're the original team, and from Melbourne, their passion. Oh, coming the Melbourne support group coming back this year has done absolutely bits for the league, in my opinion. They look so much better. Amy Park, like seeing that end at Amy Park stacked out like that, looks unreal. For Melbourne does. Yeah. Look, you saw was it last week? Last week, when they took on Melbourne City. Like Melbourne City, it was a home game for Melbourne City, but you'd argue there was more Melbourne Victory fans there. "25 minutes in, 3 goals. 2-1 to the Wanderers. Macarthur are kind of finding their way back into this game. Go back and show you the lineups just in case you missed it out on the start of the stream. Bit of rotation here from Macarthur. No Matt Miller. Not sure if he's injured or suspended, but no Matt Miller at all in the squad. Heavy challenge there from Matt Yerman. And for the Wanderers, Yule has been taken to the bench, as same with Piraeus, and Battleato and Lockie Brook have come in for the Wanderers. And of course, Lawrence Thomas has jetted off to Qatar with the Socceroos. So Jack Gibson will be deputising for the next 6 or so games. And Milos Ninkovic back on the bench for the Wanderers as well. Wanderers sprayed the ball out here to Simmons. Puts in a ball and it's a corner for the Wanderers. Maybe next year I might do a Melbourne away trip. Might do a Melbourne trip for Victory versus West Sydney because they're both very good and passionate supporters. Yeah, 100%. If you can get to a Victory Wanderers game where the RBB travel to the Victory, that'll be unreal. You saw the scenes last season when the Wanderers won down there, and how many RBB supporters made their way down there as well. Macarthur throw back in their half of the field. Wanderers obviously coming off a hot start and then had a bit of a stutter the last couple of weeks, but got back on form with that win against Adelaide last week, and Macarthur lost 2 in a row now, I believe. Let's just have a look at the table here. Yeah, Macarthur are on a 2-game losing streak, and Wanderers have only won 1 of their last 3. Obviously, Melbourne Victory, top of the A-League at the moment. 5 wins, 5 draws, no losses. Wanderers on the attack again here. Aiden Simmons covered the ball. The only problem is, since I started getting into the A-League during the Battle of Sydney, I'd probably support... Yeah, no, 100%. I completely understand that. Well, if you don't know, if you haven't watched my vlogs, I am a season member holder at the Brisbane Roar, but that's basically just so I can get some more A-League games. Been played in Clisby. Oh, blocked there by Macarthur and blocked again. Bit of a scrambling defense there from Macarthur. Tried to get it clear, but Bonatig heads it back where it came from. Have a look at this. Clisby crosses it. Battleato takes a shot, blocked, and then Brook takes a shot, blocked by Clayton Lewis. Anyone got any New Year's resolutions for the new year? Yeah, no, 100%. Boston, all good, mate. Puts in the cross, but gives it straight back to Macarthur there. They have a throw deep in their own half again. "15 minutes left in this half. Macarthur still trying to find the goal that'll bring them level with the Wanderers here. But Wanderers have just picked up a free kick early into the Macarthur half. Foul was committed by Rafael Borges. It's taken quickly though. Milanovic running at Rafael again, but looks like it's... Oh no, he's kept it in there, Milanovic. But they've cleared it, Macarthur, but straight to Clisby. Clisby looks like he's going to try and put a ball in. But opts against it and plays it back to Hendricks. Plays it to Priestman, I believe that is. And they've crossed it and Macarthur have cleared it. Jake Holman picks up the ball. Macarthur will look to gain a bit of momentum heading in towards the end of the first half. Don't forget, we will be doing our daily griddle at half time. Make sure I put the chat away so you guys don't accidentally spoil it for me or put in your answers. But if you've already done yours today, let me know how you've gone. Let me know what your score was for the day. Good run here by Macarthur. Try to play out Jake Holman, who kept the ball in. Clayton Lewis has just put a bit too much on it. Obviously, the second or third game in a row for the centre-back pairing of Marcelo and Bonatig. Been a bit of instability there from the Wanderers. Got to start my griddle now. I need the head start. Fair enough. Look, it might take me a while to finish today's griddle. I've accidentally had a couple of looks, but that is because I just went to do it myself out of routine and ended up looking at it a couple of times, but I realized when I was about to do it, oh crap, you've got to do it tonight on stream. Jake Holman out on the wide here for Macarthur. Plays it back to Clayton Lewis. Wujika plays it back. Macarthur looked to switch it here. Kieran Backus, who has been a bit of a quiet achiever here for Macarthur. Has done very well today of breaking up the play. Raphael's got the ball here, running at Clisby. Gets past him, tries to put in the cross. Bit heavy. And Holman skews his shot, and I believe that is a goal kick for the Wanderers. Brandon Borello and Josh Brillante in the stands. Brillante serving the last match ban of his 2-game suspension after that red card against Adelaide. Or was it only 1 game? No, it was 2 games. Am I right in saying he got the red card against Adelaide? Here's Marcelo, 1-up. Not able to trouble Curto on that timeout. Back to Brandon Borello, out for another 3 months, I believe, with that broken foot. Let me just double check I've got that Brillante sending off right. Was Adelaide? Thank you, Lockie. I'm actually ahead of time for once. I've already scheduled my guest for this week's predictions. And I've starting talks tonight with maybe even next week. So I'm finally getting ahead on the guess for the predictions. You won't see Lockie's head as much. Macarthur, I'd imagine a dominating possession, but not doing much with it. Clayton Lewis has had the ball stolen off him by Lockie Brook there, but he dribbles it out of play. Oh, why are you coming up? What's going on here? What are you doing here? That one, you need to go away. There we go. Oh, I haven't had Josh on yet. You're a bit harder to get on than Lachlan though, Josh, unfortunately. So Raphael takes the shot and it goes out for a goal kick. So we've only got that one more round before Unite round. The big Unite round. Technically match day 27. But will be played on the 12th to 14th of January. Unfortunately, I am unable to attend as I am broke, but we move on. And here, the Wanderers, Lockie Brook in the box takes a shot and it hits the side netting. Had Philip Curto scrambling there, but Lockie Brook hits the side netting with that shot from inside the box. Beautiful ball in by Priestman. Lockie Brook almost moves his way. I think Curto had it covered though. So Adelaide actually play twice in the space of 4 days coming up. So they play Monday, they play Thursday, Thursday the 4th against Wellington. And then they also play Monday the 8th against Macarthur. So Macarthur and Adelaide have 2 games in the space of 4 days. And in Macarthur's case, they play Friday and Monday. So there's a bit of an odd fixture there. But we will move on from that one. And the Wanderers have a free kick here on the edge of the box. Antonsen and Hendricks behind it. Looks like Antonsen's going to hit it. He does. And it is no trouble for Curto as all. And it has gone high, wide, and ugly. Looks like he's tried to hit a bit of a knuckleball on that one. But Alato hasn't seen much of the ball in this game, I feel. He's working hard, but I feel like he's not seeing the ball as much as some of the other players. Macarthur has cleared it straight back to the Wanderers here. Let's just have a look at the stats at the moment. Possession's pretty even. Here comes Battalato now, actually. Almost puts in a cross. Or maybe it was a shot to Antonsen at the back post. Wanderers have had the majority of the shots. Both teams have had 2 on target, though. Around the same number of passes. But Macarthur, 2 yellow cards, 1 goal. And the Wanderers, 2 goals. So, closing in on halftime here, 42 minutes at the moment. And Macarthur still looking for that equalising goal before the half to end their half on a high and maybe compile a bit of misery on the Wanderers after that absolutely beautiful Absolutely beautiful Jake Holman goal. What do you reckon, guys, in chat? Do you reckon that could be up there for goal of the season come the end of the season? Because that was hit with power and it's gone top corner. Macarthur spread the ball out here to Jake Holman again. Similar position where he scored. He goes inside again. But goes for a little dinged cross, but it comes back out. Holman with the ball again. Plays it to Raphael, who loses it, but Macarthur win the ball back. Is anyone sure on what happened with Matt Miller and why he's not featured in this game? I'd imagine it's injury because it's he can't be dropped. He's been playing unreal this season. Similar distance as Fornerole is, but less of a fluke. Just didn't have the nutmeg to go with it like Bruno's did. Yeah, no, fair enough. Bruno's, if you look at it as a whole, maybe a bit better. But technically wise, I believe I personally believe Holman's looks better. But maybe as a whole product, not as good as Forneroli's. You might be right there. See if I can find the teams. Where are we? Obviously, the winner of this game not only gets the bragging rights, but Wanderers, if they win this game, can go up to third, where they are currently at. So don't worry me. Don't worry about me. Anderson plays the ball in here, cleared by Yerman, but it was offside anyway. Bit of a scuffle here between Jermaine and Clisby. I'm not sure what's happened here, but Jermaine is not happy with Jack Clisby. If the Wanderers do win, though, they extend their lead over the rest of the pack, chasing the top two. Go to 5 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses. But if Macarthur win, they will jump to third spot. That was an interesting bit of play there. Now Uskos having a go. It's getting a bit ugly in this game. Bit of a scrap in this game. And Marcelo, the one of all people, is the one to calm everything down. The referee's just having a word with the assistant here. We've got 3 minutes of added time, but we've got to play it down here for Macarthur. I believe it's Clayton Lewis. It is Clayton Lewis, the Kiwi international. Let's have a look at this. Clayton Lewis and Oscar Priestman have had a little run at each other, and then Clisby's just come into the back of Lewis there and just absolutely charged him down. Clisby's got a yellow card. Clayton Lewis has got a yellow card. Clayton Lewis has stood up holding the back of his neck. Very interesting passage of play there. We're guaranteed to have another pretty much 3 minutes added on because this has taken up most of the 3 minutes of added time. Clayton Lewis still isn't happy. A lot of people still aren't happy with the decisions that's been made. Don't think this needs any VAR intervention, but a very interesting couple of minutes there. That's all of added time used up, and I don't think a single minute was used on football. They played the offside. They played the free kick from the offside from Antonsen. Wanderers have just cleared it. It is getting a bit feisty in this game. Badalato's just fouled. I believe it was Matt Yerman there. Josh got a 7 out of 9 for Griddle today. Once again, we will be playing Griddle at the conclusion of this half. Maybe Macarthur go in on level terms. It's cleared there by the Wanderers. Lockie Brook playing the big ball over the top, trying to find Antonsen. But Curto is there to clean it up. Lockie only got a 5 out of 9. Bit of a stinker from Lockie there. But we'll see in a minute where it is. And that is halftime. Wanderers go into the break 2-1 up against Macarthur there. Look, he's got 1 in the top row, 2 in the second row, 1 in the bottom row by the looks of it. All right. 2 in the bottom row. He's missed. All right, here we go. Hopefully this will work. If I go that, and then expand that. There we go. Now, I believe you guys can see this, correct? You can. All right. I'm going to cover chat. I'm going to do the griddle. And I will be back in a second. Let me know your exact players, because I won't be able to see them, and I'll have a read of them when I get back from doing this griddle. All right. Chat is covered. Mariners 150 games started. 30 plus yellow cards. Brisbane Roar. Score and a pen shootout. And Newcastle Jets. First off the bat, I'm going to go with Brisbane Roar, Newcastle United. I'm going to go with Roy O'Donovan. There we go. 150 plus games started for the Mariners. Going to go with John Hutchinson. There we go. 150 games started. Scored in a pen shootout. I'm going to go Milos Ninkovic. Yes. The penalty shootout one always gets me. There's people you think that have scored in a penalty shootout just haven't. One that I have just come to mind after saying penalty shootout is Enrique for Brisbane. There we go. 150 plus games started for the Jets. Oh, all right. 150 plus games started for the Jets. Hoffman, would he have played 150? Would he have started 150 games? Going to come back to that one. Brisbane Roar Mariners, we will go Dylan Wenzel-Halls. Mariners, 30 plus yellow cards. I'd like to go Vukovic. I reckon Vukovic would be close to the 150 games mark anyway, I believe. 30 plus yellow cards isn't a bad shout. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna take a little stab at Vukovic for 30 plus yellow cards. He's only got 7. Wow, I was nowhere near. Oh Lord. All right. That's a bit of a whiff. All right, 30 plus yellow cards, pen shootout. Newcastle Jets. Newcastle Jets, 30 plus yellow cards. And Newcastle Jets, 150 started. 30 plus yellow cards for the Jets. Hoffman would probably go into that category as well. 30 plus yellow cards scored in a pen shootout. Could probably go someone like Lee Broxham. I'd imagine he'd scored in a pen shootout. I'm going to go with it. Lee Broxham. Yes. All right. 150 started Newcastle Jets. 30 plus yellows, Newcastle Jets. Hoffman is the one name that's coming up in my head constantly. Dimitrios wouldn't have played 150. Michael Bridges. Would he have played 150? Would he have picked up 30 yellow cards? Ooh. I think the safe one to go with for yellow cards is Hoffman. There we go. 150 started. Who are we talking about? Newcastle Jets legends. Michael Bridges. Michael Bridges. That's all that's coming to my head. I'm just going to go with it. Michael Bridges. I am not even close. Top or Stanley? Oh, no, Dominic. Jason Hoffman would have worked. 30 plus yellow cards. Who? Nigel Bogart. Ruben Zadkovich. The GOAT. That's a bit of a stinker. See what you guys have said in the chat. Dude's cracked on the sticks. Josh got all top row. Got the same with me in the yellow cards. Who could I have got? Nick Montgomery? John Hutchinson? Matt Simon? I could have used Matt Simon. But I wanted to go a little bit. Dylan Wenzel Halls. Damn, that's unfortunate. Should have thought of Top or Stanley. That's a whiff on my behalf, but that's a bit of a whiff on my behalf. For Caltech, you both went Caltech for 30 plus yellow cards. No way. I don't even know if Caltech's got even 100 appearances for the Mariners. Let's have a look. You can't see that, can you? How many appearances does Brian Caltech have? Pretty sure he only started playing at the start of this year. Or last year, sorry. God, that's going to happen for the next few days, isn't it? Brian Caltech. Yeah, he's only got 35 appearances. Although in those 35 appearances, he's got 6 yellow cards and 3 red cards. Look, that's not too bad. I'll kind of take that. 7 out of 9. 7 out of 9 on the griddle. Bit of a recency bias, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, look, I really should have got that Matt Simon one. I don't know, maybe in my mind I was thinking that I'd use Matt Simon for that 150 games. But I knew I didn't. But anyway, 7 out of 9 definitely should have been a 9 out of 9. I don't know how I didn't think of Top or Stanley with Newcastle Jets. I will be back real shortly. I'm just going to fill up my water, and we'll be back for the second half. All right. It is absolutely pouring outside. Had Hoffman top right and then Bogard middle right. Did Hoffman not have 150 plus appearances? If so, I'm very lucky I didn't. He did. What? Had Hoffman top right? Oh, that was Josh. Never mind. I thought you were Lachlan. Never mind. Don't worry. Who do you have bottom middle, Josh? What was the difficulty today? 5.8. Hey, that's not bad. I'll take a 7 on a 5.8. Barisha. Yeah, fair enough. Brandon Barello. That's a good shout, actually. Enrique. Tommy Orr. Nick D'Agostino. Ivan Franjic. Matt Mackay. I remember the Enrique one because of that grand final. That is the only reason I remember the Enrique one. Oops. Get that off. That's not supposed to be on there. All right. Now, because I have my new A-League ball, who wants to see how many kick-ups I can do? Not going to be very many, I can tell you that much. Let's see if you can see. Is this a bit lower? Maybe a bit lower. Without breaking your setup. Oh, yeah, look. If anything goes wrong, I have one ACL. That's my excuse. Oh, Jesus. One to beat. Yay. Hey, that's 4. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. Also a centre back, so I'm going to use that as an excuse as well. Oh, Brisbane Raw have actually. Aussie just got back. Roads were more dangerous than I thought. Oh, at least you're home okay, Aussie. That's the main thing. Especially at the moment, the roads at the moment are just absolutely deadly. It's a rough time of year, and I hope just everyone is safe as they can be. Now, Brisbane Roar have just come out with a statement. I'm gonna try and get this up. Can I have your? Can I have some backstory as to why you juggle? I asked. I've just bought my new A-League ball. I finally found one in the store, and I thought I'd see how many kick-ups I can do, and it's four. Yeah, four is the four is the one to beat for next watch along. All right, I'm gonna see if can you. Hang on, if I go back to that one and then do that, and if I do that one, all right. Brisbane Roar just came out with a statement in the last, what, 10 minutes? Yeah, last 10 minutes. Wake of last Thursdays, as you see, we stand the performance did not represent. Yep. The recent departure of our head coach marked a significant period of transition for our team. Was substantial change mid-season. We hold firm to believe it does not justify a shortfall on performance. We are proud to convey that the off-field challenges having a long cast shadow over our club are now largely a thing of the past. The new management's 6-month tenure has been characterised by a commitment to us to stabilising and fortifying Brisbane's foundations. We now found ourselves in a significantly healthier and more formidable position than we were in the beginning, a testament to the resilience and dedication of everyone at the club. Initial signs have been promising this season. However, last Thursday match has necessitated swift and decisive action. To that end, we are accelerating our appointment process for a new head coach. So it looks like Triani will not see out this season. They're going to try and find a new head coach. The selection has been thorough, considering the merits of both domestic and international candidates since departure of a former head coach. We'll be making an announcement imminently. As management, we continue to... Okay. Interesting stuff there from Casper Tafter. Looks like they will be looking for... they'll be looking for a new head coach. I live in Rockhampton. It doesn't even come close to South East Queensland. I'm just not used to it. It's... South East Queensland at the moment is absolutely bucketing down. It is a dangerous, dangerous area at the moment. Taking the old singular ACL lives for a spin, I see. Absolutely, I will abuse that until I can do 10 keepy-ups. Because Norbo is still free. I believe so, because Norbo is free, which would be an interesting appointment for Brisbane. Obviously, because Norbo didn't do too well over in France. But maybe an option for Brisbane there. Weird that Aloisi just left. Yeah. Look, I've put out on our podcast, it's not a good sign for the A-League to see a head coach that's doing well with the limited resources that Brisbane have to just up and leave for an assistant manager role in China. Obviously, it's under Kevin Muscat, who has learned under Ange. But, wow. It's not a good look for the league. It's not a good look for Brisbane. Obviously, it's probably the better thing for Ross to do at this point in time, but yeah, it's upsetting, let's say the least. Surely an announcement before Saturday for a new head coach. I'd like to hope so. I'm guessing Saturday is Brisbane's next game. So maybe a new head coach for Unite round. Maybe that's the case. Saturday. Oh, it is Saturday. Saturday against Sydney. I'll be at that game as well. Unfortunately, no vlog coming from that game. I have my family up, and I just would like to spend some time with them. And my dad is a Sydney fan, so I believe it's his first time ever being to a Sydney game. We are live for the second half as well. Let me start that clock back up. Where are we? There we are. Dwight York, maybe? Well, he wasn't a fan of Macarthur, so don't worry, I'll carry the vlog. Hey, if you want to go ahead, Lachlan, go for it. But you can do it on your own channel. Macarthur is still looking for that equalising goal in the second half. After a very frantic first 20 minutes in the game, obviously Wanderers were up 2-0. And then, obviously, that Jake Holman screamer. Wow. What a goal. Keen for the second half. Absolutely. Knew if it's anything like that first half, I'm very much looking forward. I'm good, thanks, unless people want a food review. Maybe just make a whole channel out of that. Just footy screens. The YouTube channel. Was there any substitutions at halftime? I don't believe I missed any, did I? Don't believe I missed any substitutions for that one. No substitutions. Raphael out on the right-hand side here. Dribbling at Clisby. Putting a ball across to Holman, almost reaches him. That's cleared by Simmons. Once again, I think I'm a good minute behind at least, so try to avoid putting any spoilers into the chat if possible. That would be greatly appreciated, so I can give you the live reaction that you all want. Here's Milanovic crossing the ball in. It's a decent header there by Lockie Brook, but it's straight at Curto. Milanovic has been a really bright spark for Western Sydney so far this season. Lockie Brook has kind of tailed away in the last couple of weeks, but looks like he's back to providing that attacking outlet and that spark that the Western Sydney Wanderers need today. Here's Holman for Macarthur. But he plays it back, and they will reshuffle it and recycle it here for Macarthur. Throw in for the Wanderers. Yes, hopefully by the next watch along I do, I will have a bit of a nicer setup behind me instead of a blank wall. Here's Priestman. He's won the ball back up high here for the Wanderers. Takes the shot and it's blocked by, I believe that's Yerman. It is Matt Yerman. Hendricks for Simmons. Back to Hendricks. And it's recycled here by the Wanderers. They find Simmons out on the wide and scuffed the cross, and it's a goal kick for Macarthur. RBB looks like there's a fair few people in there today, so that's good to see. Good fair few at CommBank Stadium today. Really good to see a good crowd last night at the Mariners game, but here comes Lockie Brook. But it's lost by him and lost by Hendricks, and Macarthur have a chance to break, but it's played out of bounds by Clayton Lewis. What do you guys think of this away Macarthur strip? It's better than some other white kits in the league, I think, but still very plain. Not sure why everyone wants to go with the white away kit, but here's Milanovic. Cross back stick again, but unfortunately for him this time, Simmons isn't there. Just to remind you of the lineups again for today's game. No substitutions so far, so it's still the starting lineups. I'd imagine we'd see Marcus Yunus and Piraeus come off the bench for the Wanderers. Maybe we see Milos Ninkovic for the first time this season in the red and black. And away side for today, the Macarthur Bulls. Bit of a change. No Matt Miller. Holman comes back into the side. And Vujica comes in for... Who's the normal left back? I have absolutely skipped my mind there. And of course, for the Wanderers, Jack Gibson comes in for Lawrence Thomas, who is getting ready to head over to Qatar with the Socceroos. Yeah, very bland and just white. They've done a little bit with it, but it's not noticeable unless you're really looking at it as a really close view of it. Might be a nice kit to wear in summer, but on TV it doesn't really stand out much, does it? Just a home kit with no black stripes. It really is, unfortunately. Raphael's gone down here and he's holding his groin. Hopefully, no significant injury. Marcelo's played Antonsen, but Curto is there to take the challenge. And Battalato can't keep the ball under control. Antonsen's gone down here, so I believe still got two players down. I think Raphael's still down as well. But Antonsen's gone down after that challenge with Curto. It's a good ball by Marcelo. In behind Uskov. But luckily Curto came out and saw it real early for Macarthur. And unfortunately, Battalato wasn't able to bring it down quick enough for the home side. How are you guys liking the watch along? You enjoying yourself? Should I start doing a bit more of these? Obviously, a shout out to Lockie, aka Coastwatch Football, who is the original watch along live streamer for the A-League. So obviously Macarthur have the black and white, right? As their home. Surely that's not too much of a clash with the black and red. Because I'm pretty sure Macarthur's black and white mainly black? If so, I understand it. But if it's black, it's mainly white with black. You very well could have seen it. Joining the watch along, love to see more of them. Thank you for that, Aussie. I am planning to do a fair few more things this year, and live streaming, doing the watch alongs is one of the things that I'm really looking to do this year. Thought you were going to shout me out there. No shout outs for Lockie Cullen. No shout outs. I'd actually like to see how the juggling progresses each stream. It can't get any worse. We'll leave it at that. As I was saying earlier, now that I've got the A-League ball, I might start doing maybe a couple footballing TikToks, maybe like a predicts video where I shoot the ball either side, whatever. So glad we have more Australian football YouTubers. 100%. That's one easy. I'd like to say easy, but it's one way that we can all grow the game together is by having more people to create content around the A League, and I'm just trying to do my part. We're all just trying to do our part to grow the game. Get me on the pitch, sir. Well, maybe you can take the shots, Lockie, and I can stand in goals. Because Lord knows how actually kicking a football's going to go with my knee. Macarthur coming forward here. Clisby breaks up the play for a little bit. Macarthur with a free kick. Right on the touchline in the Wanderers' half. Clisby's got to be a bit careful here. He's already on a yellow. It's there. Here's Holman. Plays it out wide. Cross comes in. Cleared by Bonatig. Is there any left back options on the bench for the Wanderers? Maybe Tate Russell or Gabby Clerc could play on the left. But other than that, there's no out and out left back for the Wanderers. Maybe even Simmons could shift across there to the left back. Cross comes in here for Macarthur. Cleared by Marcelo. The big towering Brazilian. And Wanderers win a foul here. Clayton Lewis fouls Antonsen in the Wanderers' half. Jack Gibson hasn't had a whole lot to do. Picked the ball out the back of his net. Obviously by that absolute screamer from Jake Coleman, which nothing he could do about that. But other than that, he hasn't had a whole lot to do. Bit of a quiet debut for Jack Gibson. Believe he's about 19 years of age as well, if I'm not mistaken. So a bit of a young keeper. Plays in Clisby. Oh, Clisby ball. It's cleared away by Uzcock. Let me have a look here of Jack Gibson's age. I believe it's his A-League debut. Very much so. Here we go. Jack Gibson. They don't want to tell me his age. A-League's debut. Played for Marconi Stallions last season in the MPL. Hendricks puts in the corner here. Flicked on. And I believe that's Bonatig. Just puts it straight at Curto. Couple of headers gone straight to Curto in this second half. Curto's definitely been the busier of the two keepers. I know my predictions haven't gone very well this week. I believe I've only got 2 right in general, let alone any correct result. It hasn't been a very good week for me on the predictions. Marty's had a absolute blinder. He's stomping me this week. But you have to check out the next predictions video on Thursday with a new guest. I'm not reusing Lachlan again. But a new guest next Thursday. This Thursday, sorry. I'll be recording that on Wednesday. Getting out by Thursday in time for the, I believe it's the Adelaide game that is first. Just check the kit situation. The reason Macarthur is away because they can't have the same color. Okay. Color shorts, socks, or sleeves. Yeah, I guess the sleeves on the. Yeah. No, fair enough. That's fair enough. Marcelo plays it out wide here to Aiden Simmons. Turns back out. Taking on the Macarthur defense. Gives it to Lockie Brook, who is tackled by Jake Holman, who's having a great game again. Jake Holman is definitely one of the standout players for Macarthur this season. Jed Drew looks like he's about to come on. Jake Holman looks to be stretching a bit, so maybe it's a direct swap. Pardon me. Direct swapped for Jed Drew for Jake Holman. Jake Holman's on the ball here now. Can't get past Jorrit Hendricks. Jorrit Hendricks has been arguably one of the signings of the season so far in the A-League. Definitely holding down that midfield role really well for the Wanderers. Definitely coming into his own. Playing centre-back a couple of times and doing really well as well. Here are the Wanderers now. Aiden Simmons puts the ball in early. And it is dealt with pretty well by Macarthur. Here's Antonsen. Has a shot and it's blocked by Uskok. I haven't seen many pictures of the away support for Macarthur so far, so hopefully they've got a fair few numbers there, but they're a growing club. They've still got a small supporter base, but they are growing. You can tell that they had a really good turnout last week against Wellington. Who is your favourite young A-League players? For me, I really like Aiden Simmons. He's one of my preferred right backs in the league. Other young A-League players, really like Jaden Kachowski for Sydney. I get to watch Brisbane a lot, so maybe who would I go? I really like Ryland Brownlee, actually. Really like Ryland Brownlee. Obviously, we couldn't see him in that Aucup run because he was cup tied, but really like Ryland Brownlee. The energy he brings up front for Brisbane, really, really good. Other young players in the A-League. Ooh, that's a good one. DePizzo? Is it DePizzo for Central Coast? He's been really good since getting introduced. And obviously Marcus Eunice is electrifying when he gets the chance to come on and show what he's got. Valentine Yule has also come on for the Wanderers. Looks like he has replaced Lockie Brook. Jed Drew has also come on, and he's put the ball in here, and it's just dragged wide there by UC Davila. Jed Drew is another really good young player. Not too big on the Eunice hype train. I'm big on it. Are you big on it? Because I've seen a lot of his NPL highlights, and he came on a rainbow flicked it. A grown man in the NPL. So there's a reason they call him the Aussie Neymar. Here's Milanovic. Puts in a ball just behind Yule, though. Game's starting to get a bit open here. Here's Jed Drew. Drop a couple of names of your favourite young Aussie players down in the chat. Or young A-League players. There's a lot of good up-and-coming A-League talent, which is one of the good things about this league. You get to see the young, especially Australian talent, grow. And obviously they've got aspirations to play at higher levels, but getting that game time is really what's important at a young age. Here's Milanovic out wide. Plays in Battleato, who almost gets it back from Antonsen there. Thought you'd mentioned him sooner. Yeah, I probably should have, since I'm watching the Wanderers right now, but it's just skipped my mind. Jacob Farrell, obviously a massive talent. Maybe as we said on the podcast, and I think I said it in one of my vlogs, probably an outside chance to make the Oz Cup, Asian Cup squad. Sorry, really talented young fullback. We got to watch him last Thursday night against against Brisbane Roar. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Got to see him last Thursday night against the Brisbane Roar, and he was all over that Brisbane Roar attack. They didn't have a chance. Here comes Jed Drew, put the ball in, and it's picked up by Priestman, and they've won a foul in their own box there, the Wanderers. Still like Irankunda. I think he has too much pressure. I do. I agree with that, Aussie. Irankunda is a massive talent, but I think that buy-in move being done so early in the season, it's kind of put a lot of pressure on him to be this magnificent talent straight away, which he's not. He's 17. He's a massive talent, I'll give him that, but he's not a finished product. Oscar Priestman's coming off here for Gabby Clure. So I'd imagine Aiden Simmons goes into a more midfield role here. Or maybe Clure has been training as a centre mid. Which it looks like it at the moment. He's lost the ball. Oh no, he's won it back there. He's won a foul for the Wanderers. Yeah, Irankunda at the moment, I think, has too much pressure on him. I think we just need to appreciate what we've got at the moment. And for me, he's most impactful at the moment coming off the bench. You get that spark, you get that energy, you get that confidence that he brings off the bench. Obviously, you need to start him and give him minutes, but not every game. I feel like not having him starting every game is a benefit to him. Milanovic puts the ball in here towards the box. He gets it back out. Milanovic crosses Yule, and it looks like it's going to be a corner. It is a corner for the Wanderers, I believe. Good cross there by Milanovic. Just cut off before Yule can get to it. By Vujica. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Here's Jorrit Hendricks. Ready to put a ball in towards the box. Maybe towards Marcelo. Towards Marcelo, indeed. But Marcelo heads it towards no one. Battalato. Ooh. Just wide by Battalato. Marcelo header didn't look like it was going to make out anything, but Macarthur cleared it straight to Battalato, and he just put it wide. First time. Probably a bit wider than originally looked. Maybe a good meter wide there from Battalato. $30 minutes left. No, 20 minutes left. God, this game's moving fast. Really enjoyed this watch along. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Leave a like on the live stream. Really appreciate any and all support that you guys give me. Do you watch much English football? I do. I definitely used to. Only started getting into the A-League probably about a year ago. Probably start of last season, I started really getting into the A-League again. And this season, I've just gone full blown with it. But yeah, I do watch a fair bit of English football. Manchester United is my team, unfortunately. But it was a good win by Tottenham and this morning. Heung-min Son scoring before he goes off to the Asian Cup to hopefully not break Australian hearts. Here's Marcelo wandering forward with the ball here. Plays in Milanovic. A bit too hard for him to control though. Phil Farrell and Boss will be the main two left back for Australia. Phil Farrell and Boss will be the two main left backs for Australia when Beige retires. 100%. I'd I'd imagine this would probably be close to Bage's last tournament. Um, I don't see him making the next World Cup, but yeah, 100% Farrell and Boss will be our two left backs to the future. We've kind of got our right back situation sorted for the moment with Atkinson. We've got, sorry, Atkinson. We've got, leaving my head, Miller, Ryan Strain. So they're the three right back options we've got. Obviously, Farrell can fill into that left centre back role as well. So he's a bit of versatile, especially they're very useful, especially that being very useful in tournament football. UC Davila's hunched over here a bit. He's hobbling a fair bit after him and Hendricks have both slid into each other. Headed away by Clisby. Milanovic has acres of space ahead of him. Here's Battalato. He's played well. Starting to get on the ball a bit more as the game goes on. Marcelo plays it to Yule. Yule plays it out to Simmons. Good football here by the Wanderers. Simmons plays it into Antonsen, who gets it back from Antonsen. The Wanderers win it back here off Jed Drew, who looks to just look to run past Clisby, but Clisby gets in the way. Clisby holds off Yule. No, Clisby holds off Drew, sorry. Clayton Lewis kicks it out of bounds. Aiden Simmons going down with cramp. Could be the end of his night, especially with that extra right back option on the bench in Tate Russell. Here comes Lockie Rose. For UC Davila. UC Davila did look like he was struggling in that game. At the end of this game, sorry. Especially after that challenge with Hendricks hobbling a fair bit. But bringing off Davila when they're chasing a goal is a bit risky from Macarthur here. Especially through Lockie Rose, who hasn't had much game time yet this year. Obviously, if you keep up to date with my socials and the podcast, the Lockie Power Rankings, Lockie Rose hasn't been doing too well because he hasn't been getting that game time. Looks like Aiden Simmons has run his race in this one. Hopefully, it's no injury. It's just tiredness and cramp. This is good to see for the power rankings, though. It is good to see for the power rankings. Hopefully, for his sake and Macarthur's sake, he can perform a little bit. Maybe get a goal or an assist. But here comes the Wanderers. Battalato plays in. Gabby Clare, who plays back to Battalato, and it's saved by Curto, who gets rid of it quickly. Here's Jed Drew out on the left now. Holman's playing more centrally. Jermaine. Looked to play in Lockie Rose, but just wasn't the option there. Macarthur are coming here. 15 minutes to go. They got to try and snag a late winner. Late winner. They're going to need an equaliser first. They're going to need an equaliser, and then they might try and snag a late winner. But Wanderers, we know their defence is really solid, so for my sake, Wanderers' sake, hopefully they hold on for the victory here. I need that extra point in the predictions videos. Dominating possession at the moment, Macarthur. Clayton Clayton Lewis has got that back. Saved by Jack Gibson before he can get to Jermaine. And cleared by the Wanderers, but only as far as Bujika, who has gone down. Who's kind of clutched at his leg. Oh, that does not look good for Bujika. He's gone down. Play continues. Play continues. Wanderers aren't stopping for Bujika. Gabby Clare and Clisby play between each other. It's foul by Jermaine. Yeah. Bujika looks like he's run his race here. He's done something to his foot or leg. It didn't look good as soon as he won that ball back. Let's have a look here. Imagine it be... Who would come on? Let's have a look at the lineups again. Popovich? Jones? You can imagine it'd be Jones, right? Looks like it's a double substitution here from Macarthur. Jones does come on for Bujika. Agua comes on for Clayton Lewis. They're looking to get that equaliser here, Macarthur. Dylan Perez is looking like he's going to come on here for the Wanderers as well. So 3 substitutions in this stoppage. Perez is coming on for Milanovic. Tate Russell also coming on. Looks like Aiden Sims is finally going to come off here. Milanovic has played well. Got the assist for both goals today. Hopefully you guys have maybe got Milanovic in your fantasy team. Would have got you a fair few points today. Milos Ninkovic also coming on. So Milos Ninkovic gets his first minutes of the season. Badalato comes off. Starting debut for the Wanderers. It's been a good one. A successful one so far. But Milos Ninkovic comes in for his first minutes of the season. Been injured for a majority of them. In what he has said is his last season. He will retire after this season. Hendricks plays in the ball. You can't bring it down. But it was offside anyway against the Wanderers. Didn't have him, but he had Aldred minus 12. That is rough. Minus 12 for Aldred. How is my fantasy going so far? Here we go. Fantasy. Not too bad so far. Highest scorer of the round so far has been Da Silva for Victory, getting that clean sheet last night against Adelaide. No, that was Saturday night. I don't know what day it is. And then behind that was Josh Nisbet, who picked up 13 points last night against Perth Glory. And that one was last night. Not the greatest round for me. I had 3 of my defenders that I have for my team not play at all. Josh Riston, Callum Talbot, Stefan Negro did not play at all. Lockie Rose here comes down the right. Takes on Clisby, gets past Clisby. Good signs there from Lockie Rose. Here's Jermaine out on the right-hand side. He's not happy with the lack of movement here for the Macarthur side. Wanderers had the ball here, and they've given it straight back. Here's Lockie Rose. Plays Jermaine on the right-hand side here. Jermaine puts the ball across, but it goes out for a goal kick. No one can get on the end of it. Coming up to 10 minutes left here in the second half. Macarthur are pushing to get that equaliser. A lot of attacking talent on the field here for Macarthur at the moment. Here's Gabby Clare. Plays Valentino Yule, who's looked good after coming in mid-season for the Wanderers. Ninkovic on the ball. Wanderers are dominating the XG 2.4 to 0.4. Here's Antonsen. Can he find the shot? He can, but it looks like it is blocked there by Yerman. The Wanderers have a corner. The Poznan's coming out in the stands from the RBB. Vital interception there by Matt Yerman. Experienced defender. Former Socceroo. Macarthur have the ball here. I thought that was a Western Sydney corner. Jack Gibson claims that. He's looked good today. Hasn't had a whole lot to do. But when he's been called upon, he has delivered. Nothing he could do for that Jake Holman goal from Macarthur. That was an absolute screamer. And will be up there for goal of the season come the end of the season. Wanderers play towards the corner. Have they got a foul here? Jones is not happy with the assistant. Let's see here. Jones is... Well, he's given Perez a little push in the back, but Perez has just picked up the ball. Jones isn't happy because the foul wasn't called. But the foul has been called now, and Wanderers have a free kick. Late in the second half. High up in the Macarthur half. Let's see if they can do anything with this. Jared Hendricks is standing over it. Maybe you can find Marcelo. Pass Marcelo. Perez has a speculative, you'd call it like a half bicycle, but Curto claims. Maybe a bit better connection there from Perez and might find that corner. But Macarthur are really pushing here. Getting a lot of the ball in the Western Sydney half at the moment. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed this stream, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video. That's as much as I can ask from you. And what has been basically a tester stream for me. Been pretty successful by the looks of it. Nothing looks like it's crashed so far. I obviously had that little mix up with my mic at the start of the game. But here we go. Gabby Chloe plays in the ball. Valentino Yule. There we go. The Wanderers have sealed the deal. 3-1 to the Wanderers. Valentino Yule gets on the end of that cross there by Gabby Clare. And 3-1 Western Sydney. You can't see Macarthur coming back from this now. They've chucked the kitchen sink at it. And it looks like they will have no reward. Great run there from Gabby Clare. Bit of a mix-up between him and Aiden Simmons. Valentino Yule loves to get his head on the end of those crosses. Milos Ninkovic playing a vital part in the goal. He may be 30, 38, 39, but he can definitely still play. What an absolute player by Milos Ninkovic. Gabby Clare, great cross. Valentino Yule, as easy as you'd like. Great movement from both of them. Great cross, says Aussie. Absolutely. Gabby Clare playing a bit more of a midfielder role since coming on. And has impressed. Definitely has impressed. Second goal of the season from Valentino Yule. been a great acquisition by the Wanderers since he was brought in. And Macarthur. Is there any way for him to get back in this one now? It's going to be really tough for him to get anything out of this game now. Make sure you do your stretches. Don't want to be sitting down for too long. Five minutes to go. Plus injury time. Here's Valentino Yule. Maybe they can get another one here, the Wanderers. Here's Antonsen. Cleared by Yerman, and it's a corner. Instead of hiding away from the game, the Wanderers look like they're going to try and blow Macarthur out of the water here. Been a great game. Looks like it's a great atmosphere at CommBank Stadium today. Great turnout by the Wanderers supporters, especially the RBB. Joran Hendricks over the corner. Steps up, takes it. Marcelo. And it's a goal kick. Bonatig cannot find the target with that header. Clayton Lewis has sprayed the ball wide out here to Jed Drew. Can Jed Drew make anything the last few minutes here for Macarthur? Jake Holman, by far their best player today. Maybe their player of the season so far. Here come Macarthur. Playing around the back here now. Player index by Paramount Plus shows that Jake Holman has been the most impactful today. Then Valentino Yule. Then Milanovic, Hendricks, and Priestman. So Western Sydney dominating the player index, but Macarthur is still looking for something here. Jed Drew tries to put the ball in. Off a quick corner. Lockie Rose. Been a bit of a spark since coming on. Definitely been one of his better performances of the season. But unfortunately for him, he hasn't been able to find the pitch much this season. Especially with Valère Germain coming into the squad. And making an impact straight away. Here is Germain. Shot blocked by Bonatig. Bonatig looks like he has stuck to Germain well all game today. Hasn't given him much of a chance. Which Western Sydney will appreciate. Lockie Rosie in behind, but Aiden Simmons, how good has he been today? Hendricks plays it out wide here to Piraeus, who's got speed, cuts inside, pretty much on the other side of the field now. Here's Valentino Yule. Joran Hendricks, just playing it between him and Gabby Clare. Plays to Piraeus, who has lost the ball here. Lockie Rose fouled by Marcelo. 1 minute to go. Macarthur have a free kick. Gonna have to pull something out of the bag real quick here if they want to get anything. Here's Lockie Rose, plays it to Germain. And wins it back. Here's Jed Drew. Cross the ball, and it's a corner from Macarthur. If they want anything out of this game, they're going to have to score now. Mile Sejovski's men have not been... I wouldn't say they haven't been at the races today, but maybe not as direct to goal as he would have liked. Corner coming in here from Macarthur. Way too deep, and it's going to be a... Oh no. They've kept it in. Looks like Argyle's kept it in. Put the cross back in. Cleared by Marcelo. 6 minutes of added time here. So there is time for Macarthur still to get something out of it, but you can't just put in crosses and hope to beat Marcelo in the air. That's never going to work. Macarthur dominating the ball here. Wanderers just letting them try and make something if they can, but Ninkovic plays it out to Tate Russell. Just having a stroll there on that right-hand side. All the time in the world. Milos Ninkovic is still moving around like he's a young bull. Clisby to Clare. Throw in for the Wanderers. Nicholas Milanovic obviously setting up those first 2 goals for the Wanderers. First one scored by Antonsen. The second one scored by Aiden Simmons. Gets his first of the season. But Milanovic, since coming in from, I believe it was Western United, has been really good. Believe he's a Western Sydney boy, so probably means a bit more to him to play for this club. Ninkovic in the corner gives it to Clare. Wanderers have got all the time in the world at the moment. Here's Ninkovic. Almost dinks it to Piraeus, but straight into Kurto's gloves, who gets rid of it quickly. But Lockie Rose can't keep it under control. Wrapping up here in added time. I only got 3 minutes left, but thank you all for watching. I think this has been a successful first watch along. Plan to do a fair few more of these in the new year. Got a fair bit of content that they're going to start cooking up for the new year. Ninkovic has lost the ball there, and he's not very happy with the referee. I think that's going to be a yellow card when play stops here. Jermaine, shot blocked. Jermaine again, shot blocked again. Macarthur aren't giving up. Jedrew with the cross. Cleared by Bonatic, who's been really good this game. Kept Jermaine quiet for the majority of it. He's earned to going down with cramp at the moment. Really enjoyed the watch along. Can't wait for the next one. Thank you, Aussie. Hopefully we'll have... I'm planning on doing one. So say if I'm going to a Brisbane game that weekend, so if there's going to be a Brisbane game on that weekend in Brisbane, I'm going to go to that. And then the weekends there's not one in Brisbane, I will plan on doing a watch along. And plus all the Australian games coming up as well. I will try to do my best and do as many watch alongs for the Asian Cup as I can. Another corner here from Macarthur. Jed drew over it. Puts it in. Macarthur, they had the time there, but they just couldn't find the shot. Lockie Rose hits it straight into Milos Ninkovic. Lockie Rose here in the corner. Can he cook something up? Can't. He's played it back. And Macarthur just haven't found a way past this Western Sydney defence today. The only times they have has been with that Jake Holman screamer, who's dropped back a bit deeper now. He's playing pretty much a quarterback role. Wanderers looking to break here. They want to seal the deal with a fourth. Press is taken down, and there's a yellow card dished out to Macarthur. I believe that was Jones. It was indeed. Not long left now. 30 seconds left of injury time. Macarthur dead in the water. Wanderers look like they're going to win this one 3-1. Believe this would be a first round wild best mate. 3 10K appearance. That I reckon that's true, because there would have been one at the original rivalry, one at Sydney's game, I believe, was over 10K, and was this game over 10K as well? But there we go. Wanderers have won this one 3-1. That is the game wrapped up. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you have enjoyed this watch along. And hopefully I can do a fair few more of these in the future. But till next time, I'll see you soon.